Hey guys, Fallen Thespian here with a little Bikubot showcase. Today's video isn't so much a tutorial as it is just a show and tell of a few things that I really like in Bikubot. We've seen huge numbers of new users lately, which is fantastic. I'm going to be sharing my top 5 personal commands, but before I do that, I want to share something with you that Bikubot has that you might not even know about yet. So if you open up Bikubot and head into your settings section, here you will see an option for hotkeys. If we click on hotkeys here, at the top of the hotkeys module is a section of bot action hotkeys. Now you will already have this set up in your Bikubot installation. These are pre-made for you. They are hard-coded into the bot with the permissions set to moderator and broadcaster, which means you and your moderator team can trigger these commands. So it's a really good idea to look at these and get to know them. Things like pausing and clearing TTS. If somebody is trolling you and they've written a horrible message, you can just pause the TTS, you can clear it, you can get rid of them. These are great features that they make it safer for you as a streamer. So it's a really good idea to learn them. Maybe set up hotkeys for them so that they're even faster to toggle. A great idea to also tell your moderators about them, especially maybe just the TTS ones if you're feeling any concern about people might take advantage of that. On to my personal top 5, in no particular order. Here's one that's never been used and hopefully will never be used, but this is a command that I think is a really good idea and can keep you safe. So as you can see, it's called modmute. The idea being, say you're streaming and you get a phone call and you need to take that phone call, or somebody bursts in the room in an emergency. You start talking to them, you're on the phone pacing up and down, and in your excitement, you forget to mute the stream. And then you do something like confirm your postcode and date of birth, or you read out your credit card details. Obviously not information that you want to share live on Twitch. So the idea of this command is that your moderators can, if that sort of circumstance ever arrives and they realize that you haven't muted your microphone, they can just mute it for you. You can set them to toggle, which means your moderators would be able to toggle this again. Personally, I would keep it on mute only for 2 reasons. Firstly, they might toggle it back on right in the middle of that kind of doxing information. Secondly, there is the risk that 2 moderators might do the modmute command, and if you have it on a toggle, one will turn off the microphone and the next will turn it on. Obviously, speak to your moderators, let them know the command exists and why it exists, and stress that it's a feature that's there for your safety as a streamer. So here we are with command number 2. This one is called monitorOn. This is a utility. So you've got your audio mixer here. You can see I'm talking here. If I want to turn on monitoring, I have to go to here. I right click, I click advanced audio properties. I go through here. I scroll down to find the right source. It's this one here. I go here. I set it to monitor and output, and now I can hear myself. Great. And then when I want to turn it off, I go through the same process. That is, to me, quite a lot of work. There are no OBS hotkeys. There are no Stream Deck buttons for monitoring the source. Instead of doing all of that clicking in OBS, I have a command here, monitorOn. We've got a permission module here. You can decide where you want your permissions to be. And then we have an OBS Advanced module. And then in the OBS Advanced module, it's just this text here. You can copy and paste this. It will be in the video description. You only need to change 2 things. Here where mine says chat mic, which is the name of my microphone, you need to name it to whatever your microphone source is in OBS. And here where it says monitor and output, you will need to change that to monitor only or monitor and output, depending on what type of monitoring you have. To switch this one off, you are going to need to set up a second command. And once again, that is the exact same text. You can copy and paste it. The only thing you're changing is the monitor type from whatever you have it set to the word none. We're on to command number 3 now, and this is absolutely the #1 command in my streams. It is incredibly popular. It's called 8-ball. You're probably aware of what a magic 8-ball is. A lot of streamers will already have an 8-ball command, which will just draw up a chat response of yes, no, maybe, the classic sort of 8-ball answers. This one is a little bit more interesting, so I'm just going to show you why.
Fallen_Thespian asks, show people why this command is great.
Yeah, ask again. Sorry, I was sleeping.
Firstly, we have set it up with the PNG TTS. We've also set it up with another channel point redemption, which means that our viewers can set any answer they like to this. So there's a whole bank of user submitted answers which vary from game related answers to complete nonsense, and it leads to quite a lot of entertainment. I have got a separate video on setting up the 8-ball redemption, so if you are interested in it, there's a lot here. I'm not going to go through it in this video because it's going to add another 5-10 minutes that we don't have. However, if you do want to set up the magic 8-ball for yourself, there will be a link to that in the description. Okay, here we are at command number 4. This one is !zoom. This one does require the installation of another plugin. It is the Move Transition plugin by Xaldro. If you have been looking at the TTS reactive PNGs, you will already be looking at that plugin. It's a plugin I'd recommend to anyone who streams, so there will be a link to that plugin in the description. What we have in this command is a randomizer module, and I'm just going to go through and show you some of the things it can do. When we toggle that filter, zooms in. We also have one that zooms out.
Zoom. 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 Zoom.
And we also have my absolute favorite. During the height of the pandemic, when a lot of people were working from home, and many of us have had to experience the Zoom calls. So here we are, my Zoom scene, which, as you can see, has my sort of normal window capture that you'd see. The webcam has its own window. And we have a couple of clips there that are kind of irrelevant to anything. The falling guy clip is from my affiliate celebration stream. It was my most popular clip for a long time. And then you have a shameless subscribe button, which has not led to anyone subscribing on Twitch, but maybe you seeing it here on YouTube will make you subscribe. Who knows? I'd love to say, hey, if you want to do this, here's a link. You can just copy my command, but you are going to have to set up all these things, but it's worth it. I just wanted to show you something different, something else you can do that maybe you hadn't thought about doing with your commands. I think a lot of people forget one of the best things about Bikubot is the integration with OBS. Anything you can do in OBS, Bikubot can control that, and that's really fantastic. On to our 5th and final command. I have saved this one for last deliberately because this is the raid command. What do we do at the end of a stream? We raid. What do we do at the end of this video? We talk about a raid command. We're basically using the user message parameter in Bikubot, which posts whatever a user message is when they trigger the command, and that incorporates it into a preset message. So a lot of people will have a raid command which spams a couple of emotes, maybe has a catchphrase. You can preset that in your bot. So this one has 2 chat responses, one which is just Tomb Raid, the global emote for raiding, and then one which has my face. So we have a subscriber and a non-subscriber box. So it's quite useful to have one for each. If we do our normal raid command, there we are. So you can have that. You can copy your emotes. Say we're raiding Bob and it's Bob's birthday, and we say !raid, and we're going to write happy birthday, Bob. And instead of just putting our emotes, the raid message now is included within that. I do notice that people participate in raids so much more if I remember to do this. If I raid off at the end of a stream and I don't actively put something in chat for people to use, quite often I will arrive in someone else's stream and be like, oh, hi, it's just me on my own. If I do this and then we raid, we have a handful of people sharing the same emotes. So that is the end of the video. Those are my personal favorite 5 commands. I have over 100 commands in Bikubot. I'm not going to go through them all in a video. That would be longer than an actual live stream. If this video has helped you, a like or a comment would help me. Let me know in the comments what's your favorite command on this list, or what's your favorite command in your stream. Is there a command you'd like to incorporate but you don't know how? Is there something you'd love to do with Bikubot but you don't even know if it's possible? The more creative stuff we do, the better it gets for everybody. So thank you all for watching. I stream most weekdays from about 4 o'clock UK time. I'm always happy to do Bikubot troubleshooting on a live stream. If you come into my stream and say, hey, how do you set this up? I will just open up Bikubot there and then and show you what I've got. However, if you don't want live support, you can also watch me be terrible at games and ask the Magic 8 Ball lots of stupid questions. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.